Today I built a custom Lego AT-RT, and I'm going to be reviewing it and seeing is it good or is it not. Now this model has been built by a relatively new builder or custom Lego designer in the community. This is made by a person called Clone Military Enhancer on Instagram. There will be a link to him in the description down below, where you can check out his Instagram and also get in touch if you are interested in buying the instructions for this set. Now we'll get into details more about how you can buy the set and all that sort of stuff later on in the video, but first let's jump into a time lapse of me building the set, and then we'll get to my full thoughts after that. So here is the finished model. I'm actually very happy with how the final product does look. However, first I do want to give my thoughts on the actual build experience. Now, in the instructions that I got, there are a few misleading steps that really didn't make much sense to me as a normal set builder, but that's absolutely fine. So I did get in contact with the person who made this, and he's going to change a few things around, which is definitely good. Now, the build is a little bit complicated, as can be expected with a build like this. A custom set is always going to be a bit more complicated than a regular Lego set. Some of the steps were very easy, but some of them were a bit piece intensive, and in the future I would recommend that maybe the pieces become like a bit less heavy in each step, which would definitely make the build process a lot easier for someone who's not as used to building custom sets. Now, something good about the instruction manual is that it did show what pieces you're adding on in red, which is really useful. It did show where they're meant to be going and sort of just highlighted them out, because of course obviously you've got all these same colours sort of in here together, and you could get a bit confused as to which piece was meant to be going where. Now, something else I want to mention is this build here was actually provided by Levin Productions. He gave me all the pieces and stuff because he's actually around mine currently, so he sort of provided me with all the pieces for this. So some of the pieces are actually swapped out for a different colour that he wanted to design, but that's also a good thing about this set. It's very easy to swap out the pieces that you don't want for maybe like a different colour to make it like a different legion or something like that. But he swapped it out to be grey, to be a bit more uniform, to like just the regular clones, if that makes sense. So that's something else that you can do with this, which is also a big plus. Now, I did note in the instruction manual that this set is actually very fragile, and it is true, it is very fragile. You can knock some pieces and they are going to maybe fall off, but that's kind of to be expected. This isn't a play set by any means, and if you are looking to get it for this reason, I would personally not recommend it. For a mock builder though, definitely. If you want to put this in a mock situation where you're not going to be like fiddling with it and messing about with it and just have it on display, this will be a very good set for that. It does look very impressive, and it's also very accurate to minifig scale. So I'm actually going to bring in here another little AT-RT that I have. This is modified off the 501st Battle Pack AT-RT, and it's also into sort of minifig scale as well. And you can see that these two things do measure up pretty much identically. This one here is a bit skinnier, which is also a bit more accurate to the AT-RTs in universe. So yeah, this is a very good scale for the AT-RT, and also does look great compared to minifigures, which I'm actually going to put a minifigure on there right now to show you what it would look like with a pilot riding this AT-RT. Now, the connection point for the figure in this build is again pretty weak, but that is fine because in a mock, as long as the figure is in there, then it's not going to be too much of a problem as long as it stays in there. So that's my thoughts on that. Now, putting it in, you do have to remove the gun. Obviously, you have like little spots for the gun to go down here with these little clips, which is also a good thing if you want to put it there, but you don't have to, obviously, if you don't want to. Okay, so there we have an ARF Trooper in the AT-RT. This can really help you recreate that Lightning Squadron scene from the Ryloth arc in the Clone Wars. It definitely does look really nice, and like I said, if you want to include some green elements here to sort of match the helmets and stuff, which was the original model for this, you definitely can do that. Mix and match them, which really does end up looking really quite nice with the clone trooper you're selecting to pilot this AT-RT. Now, like I said, it's not the most secure of connections for the figure in there. However, if you're tipping it upside down, it's not coming out. It's secure in there enough for you to just have it stably in there for, say, a mock on display. And like I said earlier, the weapon that you have for this figure can fit into the clip down here if you really want it to. Just like that, it fits in. It's not the best look in the world, personally, I don't think, but you can have it there if you really desire to have it like that. So yeah, really nice way to put the figure in there. Now I'm going to put it on a base plate and sort of show you how you can position it and stuff like that. Just see the posability on this thing and to just sort of see is it good or not. Okay, so here we got it in a pose that would really be quite traditional if you're having an AT-RT in a mock. Obviously, you have it running, and this is actually a really good amount of posability in the legs here. You are using ball joints, so it's quite easy to sort of swivel them around and stuff and get them in a really nice position, and it does hold up very well. You have some nice pieces in here which can sort of connect really nicely into the mock or into the base plate, and you don't have any pieces stopping it from doing that. These can just lift up really easily, so it's not too hard to like put them in there and get it secure in there. So yeah, it does look really good. Obviously, you can keep it up very well. If you want to like bring this leg right far up, it can do that as well. Stands on one leg, a bit like a trapeze artist, so very nice there. And yeah, honestly, really happy with the posability on this thing. Now, I'm going to quickly talk about the actual price and how you can get in contact with the seller for buying these instructions. Okay, so if you are interested in buying this model, now the parts you do not get. You have to buy your own parts or find your own parts. Now the parts I've been provided with here today are from Leverin Productions, as I said before, and he didn't buy any parts for this. He got them all out of his own collection. He did have to swap a few out to just get some like other pieces in, but it still works the exact same way, so you can do that if you really want to. Now the instructions are going to be sold for around £4 UK, I believe. Obviously you'll have to pay through PayPal, and if you want to get in contact, you can use a link in the description to the guy's Instagram, where you can sort of get in contact with him, ask him for obviously the instructions, and you can send him money through PayPal, all that sort of stuff. He should sort you out from there. So that's how you get in contact if you want to purchase these instructions. Now something else I want to mention is that this is the first model that Clone Military Enhancer has actually made in terms of like custom designs, and for a first model I think it's very, very good. I'll be seeing about reviewing some of his future models as well, just to sort of like keep up with them and like sort of see are they improving, all that sort of stuff. And I'm really, really happy for the first design. I mean, for anybody's first design, this is absolutely amazing. Obviously there will be a few changes made to the instruction manual, as I said, from my build experience, so it should improve for future builders if you want to buy these instructions, obviously. And like I said, I'm really, really happy with it. So that was my first ever review of a custom Lego set. Of course, they were my full thoughts, all my honest thoughts as well. Like me getting the free instructions and stuff didn't actually like persuade me to say anything good about it. I gave my full honest thoughts, and honestly, I'm pretty happy with the design of it. Of course, if you are interested, check out his Instagram, link below, and you'll be able to get in touch with him through there. With all that said, guys, as always, have a brilliant rest of your day. Remember to like, subscribe, and comment down below what you thought of the model, and I'll see you next time. Peace out.